Robotic lawnmowers have gotten expensive fast. RTK stations, buried perimeter wires, setup that takes half your weekend before the thing even cuts a single blade of grass. So when a mower shows up promising none of that, wire-free, no RTK, just place it down and go, you naturally start wondering what corners got cut to hit that price. We spent real time with the RoboUP Raccoon 2 SE to find out. And some of what it gets right surprised us. Let's walk through exactly how it performs once it's actually out on the lawn. Right out of the box, this thing doesn't try to overwhelm you. You get the mower itself, the charging station, a set of replacement blades, a QR code guide, and a few passage accessories for tighter spots in your yard. Setup is basically 2 steps. Install the charging station wherever makes sense for your lawn, snap on the front bumper, and you're done. No trench digging, no perimeter cable running along your fence line, and you don't need any technician for an RTK antenna. And that's the whole pitch here. Once the station's in place, you've got 2 ways to get it mapping your lawn. Let it handle the mapping automatically using its onboard AI camera, or take the more hands-on route and guide it around the perimeter yourself through the app. We tried both, and either one gets you up and running without much fuss. Now, picking this thing up, it's not what we'd call lightweight, sitting around 12 kilograms. But there's an integrated rear handle, so carrying it to a different zone or just moving it out of the way isn't a hassle. The design itself keeps things simple. No aggressive angles, no trying to look like it belongs in a sci-fi movie. Just a compact body that feels like it's built to actually work in your yard, not sit there looking impressive. Up top, there's a small display along with physical buttons, a rain sensor, and an emergency stop. And we actually appreciate that RoboUP didn't lock every function behind the app. You can walk up and control it directly from the mower itself, which feels increasingly rare these days. So here's where things get a little more nuanced. During automatic mapping, that onboard camera does a solid job reading where your grass ends and everything else begins. But it's not foolproof. Patchy grass, exposed dirt, thick leaf cover, or edges that aren't clearly defined can throw it off. And this is really the core thing to understand before you commit to this mower. It wants a lawn with clear boundaries. If your yard just kind of flows into another space without a fence, a wall, a flower bed, anything physical marking the edge, the Raccoon 2 SE can start second-guessing where it's supposed to stop. For a simple, enclosed lawn, none of this matters. For a more sprawling or complicated layout, it's worth factoring in before you buy. As for how it actually moves across your yard, don't expect the tightly organized row-by-row pattern you'd get from pricier mowers. RoboUP gives you 2 modes here: parallel mowing for more complete, even coverage, and random mowing to avoid those visible stripe patterns building up on your lawn. On smaller yards, this works out just fine. Push it closer to its 600 square meter coverage limit though, and you'll start noticing the navigation isn't quite as refined. Still, judged against what you're actually paying, the results hold up well enough for anyone who just wants their lawn kept in check without babysitting a mower every weekend. Obstacle avoidance is one of the categories where this mower outperformed what we expected going in. It's combining that AI camera with a physical front bumper, and together they're claimed to recognize over 300 different obstacle types, everything from garden furniture to pets wandering through. Big, obvious stuff like trees, play equipment, larger balls, that all gets picked up and avoided reliably. Where it gets a little less consistent is with smaller items. A tennis ball left in the grass, a garden hose, a stray toy, those can occasionally get run right over. So our advice: walk your lawn for a quick scan before you send it out. It's not flawless, but for day-to-day mowing, it's more than capable. Now for the part that actually matters most, the cut itself. This mower runs a 20-centimeter rotating blade disc, and cutting height adjusts across 12 levels between 3 and 8 centimeters, so there's real flexibility depending on how you like your lawn to look. It'll even handle grass up to 12 centimeters tall without struggling. In normal conditions, the cut comes out clean and even. If you're chasing that perfectly striped golf course look, this isn't the mower for that job. But if your goal is simply keeping the lawn consistently maintained without pushing a mower yourself every week, it delivers exactly that. Edge performance is where a bit of compromise shows up, and this is common across the category. The mower does run dedicated edge passes, which helps quite a bit, but because the cutting deck doesn't sit flush with the outer edge of the machine, you might notice a thin strip of uncut grass along walls, borders, or flower beds. If you're particular about clean edges, keep a string trimmer around for occasional touch-ups. Even though the app isn't mandatory, most people are still going to want it. Through RoboUP's app, you can build out schedules, manage up to 3 separate mowing zones, adjust settings, and take manual control when a specific area needs attention. Bluetooth and Wi-Fi pairing was smooth for us, no real friction there. It's worth noting the app leans more toward basic control than deep analytics. You'll see battery status, progress, and estimated time remaining, but don't expect the detailed live mapping some premium mowers offer. For this price category though, it covers what most people will actually use. Battery life is genuinely one of the strong points here. With a 5 ampere-hour battery and a 70-minute charge time, RoboUP rates it for 150 minutes of runtime. And in our testing, it held up close to that figure, sometimes slightly beyond it. Once it's running low, it heads back to the charging station on its own and picks up right where it left off. Noise-wise, it stays under 56 decibels, quiet enough that you can still enjoy your backyard while it's working through the lawn. At a starting price around $580, the RoboUP Raccoon 2 SE isn't trying to go head-to-head with mowers costing well over $1,000. It's aiming for something simpler, a genuinely wire-free mowing experience that doesn't demand a steep investment. Navigation isn't the most sophisticated out there, obstacle detection has some room to grow, and it performs best on a lawn with clearly defined boundaries. But for a straightforward yard where you just want the grass handled without spending your weekends on it, this is a surprisingly practical pick. That was all. Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comment. If you find it helpful, like and subscribe for more videos.